What's up, you guys? It's Steve here with your stimulus check update and stimulus package update. And we've received word that one state has decided they're going to pass their own package with their own stimulus checks. It's already been approved and it's going to be going out here on its way. Now, I'm going to get you caught up on the details. And the question is, are other states going to be following suit and example? Now, in the meantime, I let you guys know that yesterday, Congress is currently waiting on the Senate parliamentarian to take a look at the federal stimulus package to determine if it's good as is to pass through the process of reconciliation, or does it need to be modified, meaning taking out that $15 per hour federal minimum wage increase. Now, we're likely going to be hearing on that today. So as soon as that comes out, I'll be sure to share the breaking news here on the channel and get you guys caught up to date. But in this video, I want to let you know the latest on this new state-approved stimulus package that's going to be providing $600 new stimulus checks to millions of residents in that state. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest right now. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. But before we do, if you can do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these video updates, take a second to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, comments, and sharing these videos to anybody that you think might be interested. It helps out my channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not already part of the viewing community here, the Ram fam, and you would like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, take a second to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way, as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. I do my best to respond to as many questions here on YouTube as I can, but I can't get to them all, so Instagram is also a great way to get a hold of me as well. But now, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into the latest that's unfolding, as one state has already approved and passed a stimulus package that's going to be providing a ton of provisions, including new $600 stimulus checks. Now, this was made official yesterday, so if you haven't already heard, link in the description below to this article that just came out today that says $600 stimulus check in California, who qualifies and how to track it. It was announced last Wednesday that lawmakers in California had agreed details on a $9.6 billion relief package, which includes a new round of $600 stimulus checks for the state's low-income earners. Now, the plan was announced by Governor Gavin Newsom and made official on Tuesday, yesterday, providing a tweaked version of the Golden State stimulus plan he proposed last month. Now, we're going to be hearing from Gavin Newsom in some video footage here in just a second, but first, let's take a look at a tweet that he released yesterday, giving us a little bit more info about the stimulus package. Now, he said, "It's official, $600 stimulus checks, $2 billion in grants to restaurants, hair salons, and more, $24 million in aid to agricultural workers, $35 million for food banks and diapers, and $100 million in financial aid for community college students." So if you're in the state of California and you fall into any of those categories, more stimulus is going to be on the way. Now, we also have some details on the stimulus checks. Let's take a look at who qualifies for the $600 per person stimulus checks in California. It says the $600 per person direct payments constitute the largest section of the package, costing $2.3 billion in total. This will see stimulus check payments sent to around 5.7 million people, some of whom were missed out from previous payments under former President Donald Trump. Now, the details of eligibility for a California stimulus check were set out, and here they are. Those earning less than $30,000 per year, households who received an earned income tax credit for 2020, anyone unable to receive recent federal payments because they do not have a social security number, but they do have an ITIN number and their income is less than $75,000 per year. Households in the CalWORKS Public Assistance Program, those who qualify for the Supplemental Security Income, state supplementary payments, and recipients of the Cash Assistance Program for immigrants. And of course, the question everybody's wondering is, now that these have been approved, when are they going to be hitting people's bank accounts? Well, the article says, while the bill was originally announced by Governor Gavin Newsom in January, it wasn't signed into law by Newsom until Tuesday, which was yesterday. And it says, California Assembly Speaker and Democrat Anthony Redden spoke at a press conference and said, "This legislation will aid some of the people who have kept us going through the hardest times of this pandemic. Lower wage workers have often been confined in service jobs and high levels of exposure. This will give them an additional tax rebate to help them make ends meet. Those who qualify through ITINs will receive their payments as an additional tax refund after they file their 2020 tax returns this year." Now, Now, payments for Cal worker households are expected by mid-April and will be placed on debit cards. And the timing for those deliveries for SSI or SSP and CAPI recipients is still under discussion with federal officials. The expectation is that people will receive their payments as quickly as a month after filing their taxes, assuming they have direct deposit, although it could take up to 7 weeks if awaiting a check in the mail. As yet, there is no information on how you'll be able to track your stimulus check, but you can keep track of any developments via this live feed. So you guys, that is the latest as to when it's going to be hitting. So you're hearing it could be up to 7 weeks or less, depending on the different programs you're on. So that is the arrival time of this just approved $600 stimulus check package. So I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date as more information rolls out. But now let's take a look at the video footage that was tweeted out by Gavin Newsom announcing the official passage and approval of this stimulus package. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for your incredible leadership. I'll brag on that in just a moment, but I just want to recognize Andrea and the team here at Solomons. It's great to be back. We were here in September signing some bills, economic relief bills, bond acceleration bills, hiring tax credit of $100 million. We put out a framework to allow new businesses to have that $800 franchise tax fee waived as well. We've seen a 21% increase in new business startups just in the last calendar year. So the issue of economic growth, economic development, economic incentives, tax credits, supports for small businesses is not unique to this moment and these bills that we're signing today. It's been a cause that's united each and every one of us, legislative leaders and the legislature, and of course, advocates across the spectrum here in the state of California. The backbone of our economy is small business. We recognize the stress, the strain that so many small businesses have been under, and we recognize as well our responsibility to do more and do better to help support these small businesses through this very difficult and trying time. With that said, this $7.6 billion of direct relief that we're providing today not only helps support small businesses, but supports, as the Pro Tem said, some 5.7 million Californians with direct stimulus check relief, not only in the EITC, but also people that have been beneficiaries of CalWorks, SSI, SSIP, and the CAPI program. We're also providing support in the way of not only direct checks to that cohort, but as the speaker rightfully noted, regardless of your status, those that have been left behind in that federal stimulus, California is not going to leave you behind. And I want to just congratulate the speaker and the Pro Tem for their leadership and their demonstrable example of making sure that we're there for the folks that have always been there for us. I just got back from Arvin in Kern County. I had the privilege of being in Madera some 12 or so hours ago. Farm workers, food workers, never took a day off, never complained, and we're there to make sure that everything was on your table and tables all across this country. And I'm very honored to be here today as governor of this state that's not leaving those folks behind as it relates to legislation that addresses their need and provide relief directly, not only to individuals, but households of mixed status. And that's something, frankly, distinctive in this country. I don't know many other states, any other state, that does what this state is doing. And for that, we are not ashamed. We are proud. And so I just want to acknowledge their leadership and the remarkable support that we saw, as the Pro Tem said, across the spectrum, bipartisan support to advance this collective cause. So that cause, by the way, includes grants, $5,000 to $25,000 grants for small businesses, nonprofits, cultural institutions, an additional $2.075 billion in grants that will start going out, building on the $500 million of grants that have already been going out supporting small business. And I'll remind you, grants, not loans, a profoundly important distinction. So that's number one. Number two, we're providing relief in the way of fees and licenses. For 2 years, there'll be no cosmetology, barbering licenses. There'll be no fees associated with those licenses or with alcohol beverage licenses. I'll give you an example. The 59,000 businesses that have ABC licenses, some of those license fees are as much as $1,235. We're waiving those fees not once, but over a 2-year period, in addition to these small business loans. That's the relief being provided in this package as well. The Golden State Stimulus is those dollars, that direct relief check of $600 to those categories I mentioned. And in addition to that, We're doing more in food banks. We're doing more for people, parents need diapers that can't afford diapers. We're doing more to support our community college system with financial aid and grants, $100 million. Boy, we're not just doing that community college, we're doing it at the UC and CSU, over $300 million at the UC, $302 million, $299 million at the CSU of additional ongoing money for those conveyor belts for talent, second to none in the United States, those extraordinary institutions. All of that part of this package. The reason it's $7.6 billion, and the pro tem rightfully said this is about a $10 billion package, is because she's right. And in the next few days, we're going to conform those PPP loans, not only to the state, or rather state taxes and making exemptions, but on expenses. And that's about a $2.3+ billion commitment over a number of years that the state will be making this entire package just shy of $10 billion. That's big even by California standards. So we're very proud to be here, honored for their leadership. We moved quickly, we moved effectively, just as we did a few weeks ago on the issue of moratorium on evictions. Shows what we can do when working together across every conceivable difference, not just geographic, but also political and ideological. And so that bipartisan spirit is what we're also looking forward to taking in as we work. And invariably, you're going to ask where we are with schools reopenings. We're working together on that. We're not going to negotiate. I know you'll get us to try to negotiate, all three of us together today. I don't mean to be the spokespeople for the Speaker or the Pro Tem. They can speak for themselves, but I don't intend to negotiate here today. All I can say is we've been negotiating for many, many weeks now, and that spirit that brings us here today, getting things done, is the spirit we're bringing into those negotiations on schools as well.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As if you are from the state of California, more stimulus could be coming your way here very shortly. And as more details come out, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel. And also, we're still waiting for the Senate parliamentarian to give the decision as to whether or not the current federal stimulus package is good as is to go through reconciliation. And I have given a lot of details in this video right here. So be sure to check that out if you want to know more information about what we could be hearing in the next 24 hours, very likely. And you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date on everything rolling out. If you want more details specifically on the stimulus checks and what's actually in the 591-page bill, be sure to check out this video right here where I cover it in a lot more detail. And also, you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date on everything unfolding, including stocks, stimulus, the economy, and all the news that's rolling out. So you guys, if you made it this far and you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Hit the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. I'll be sure to keep you up to date. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.